Essential skills for aging, what they don't teach you. Introduction, the missing lessons. When we are young, schools prepare us for careers, exams, and responsibilities. Families prepare us for roles like parenting, work, and financial stability. But there is one stage of life that almost nobody prepares us for: aging. Growing older is inevitable, yet most of us reach our 60s or 70s without a guidebook, without knowing which skills matter the most for maintaining health, independence, and dignity. Today, let's talk about the essential skills for aging well, the ones rarely taught but deeply necessary. Skill number 1, maintaining physical strength. Beyond 60 Jing. Doctors often repeat a simple truth: muscle is medicine. After the age of 40, we naturally lose muscle mass, and after 60, the decline can accelerate. This process, called sarcopenia, is one of the biggest hidden threats to independence. It makes climbing stairs harder, increases fall risk, and slows recovery from illness. Yet here's what they rarely teach you. Strength training is not just for athletes. Simple bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, or light weights can protect bone density, improve balance, and even reduce joint pain. The real skill is not just exercise, but consistency. Learning to schedule short daily routines, even 10 minutes long, is a habit that pays back with years of mobility. Imagine the difference between being able to carry your own groceries at 80 and relying on someone else. That difference is built in your 60s. Skill number 2, nutrition for longevity, not just survival. Many people know about healthy eating in theory, but the essential skill is applying it to an aging body. After 60, protein needs actually increase, yet appetite often decreases. Many seniors unknowingly slide into protein malnutrition, which accelerates weakness. Another overlooked factor is hydration. The thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive with age, so waiting until you feel thirsty is not reliable. Seniors need the skill of structured hydration, sipping water regularly, not only when thirsty. And then there is the hidden sugar problem. Packaged foods, even those marketed as healthy, often contain excess salt and sugar that silently harm blood vessels. The skill is label literacy, being able to read food labels and make quick, wise decisions. Nobody teaches this in school, yet it is vital in later years. Skill number 3, emotional resilience and coping with loneliness. One of the most underestimated health risks for seniors is loneliness. Studies show that social isolation increases mortality as much as smoking or obesity. But emotional resilience is not automatic. It is a skill, and it can be trained. That includes learning how to ask for support, how to maintain friendships intentionally, and how to create routines that give each day meaning. Mindfulness, journaling, or small acts of community service can be protective. Aging well is not only about physical health, but also about keeping the heart and mind connected to others. Skill number 4, digital literacy for health and independence. A skill few expected to need in old age is digital literacy. Yet today, many essential services exist only online: telemedicine appointments, banking, even connecting with family through video calls. Seniors who lack digital confidence may feel excluded or dependent on others. The skill here is not mastering every new gadget, but learning how to confidently use core tools, video chat apps, online medical portals, secure digital payments. Even knowing how to identify scams and protect personal data is an essential modern survival skill. Think of it as the new literacy of our era. Seniors who embrace it gain access to doctors from home, stay in touch with grandchildren, and manage finances safely. Those who avoid it risk unnecessary isolation. Learning just a handful of digital basics can transform independence. Skill number 5, financial resilience and smart planning. No school ever gave a class on money skills for old age. Yet, financial resilience is one of the most decisive factors for peace of mind later in life. Inflation, unexpected health expenses, and changing pensions create stress. The skill is not simply saving money, but planning spending intentionally. For example, learning to separate needs from wants, negotiating subscriptions you no longer use, and setting up an emergency fund for medical care. Another key financial skill is recognizing scams. Seniors are prime targets for fraud because criminals assume they are less tech-savvy. Building habits like verifying phone calls, refusing pressure sales, and consulting trusted family members before major financial moves are as critical as balancing a checkbook. Financial literacy protects not only wallets, but dignity. Skill number 6, training the brain like a muscle. Cognitive decline is not inevitable, but the brain does need exercise. Most people were never taught how to train memory and focus deliberately. Reading, learning a new skill, playing chess, doing crosswords, even practicing a new language. All these keep neurons firing. Scientists call it cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to adapt and stay sharp despite aging. Seniors who continue learning often show slower decline and more resilience against dementia. The skill is not about avoiding mistakes, but about curiosity, asking questions, trying new hobbies, exploring new information. These simple acts train the brain like lifting weights trains the body. Think of brain training not as homework, but as a daily vitamin for your mind. Skill number 7, managing stress and sleep for recovery. Chronic stress is underestimated in later years. Retirement does not automatically bring peace. Instead, worries about health, family, or finances can weigh heavily. And poor sleep is common among seniors. The skill here is creating bedtime routines and practicing stress recovery. Techniques like deep breathing, light stretching, or turning off screens before bed may sound simple, but applied consistently, they improve sleep quality dramatically. Good sleep, in turn, boosts immune defense, mood, and memory. Stress management is also about perspective. Learning how to accept change, how to release control of what cannot be fixed, and how to stay focused on what brings joy. That is an art and a skill. Skill number 8, building new meaning and purpose. One of the biggest untaught lessons of life is that purpose cannot stop at retirement. Many people build their entire identity around their jobs or roles in the family. When those roles shift, they feel lost. The essential skill is creating new meaning. That could mean mentoring younger generations, volunteering, pursuing creative arts, or even starting a small business late in life. Purpose does not have to be grand. It only has to be genuine. Studies show that seniors with a strong sense of purpose live longer and report higher happiness. Purpose gives energy to wake up each morning with motivation. It is a skill of rewriting your story while you are still living it. Practical actions, turning skills into daily habits. Now that we have explored the most essential skills, the real question becomes, how do you put them into practice? Knowledge alone does not change aging. Application does. Let us go through simple, realistic steps for each of the skills we mentioned. For physical strength, create a movement anchor in your daily routine. For example, every time you make morning tea, do 10 squats holding the counter for balance. Keep a resistance band by your chair and use it while watching the news. Small, consistent actions matter far more than occasional intense effort. For nutrition, practice mindful plate building. Use the half, quarter, quarter method. Half vegetables, a quarter lean protein, a quarter healthy carbs. Drink water before each meal as a ritual. And once a week, scan your pantry for hidden sugar or expired products. Awareness prevents decline. For emotional resilience, schedule social connection like an appointment. Call a friend every Tuesday evening, attend a community class every Friday, or share meals with neighbors once a week. Consistency makes connection sustainable. And do not underestimate pets. Caring for an animal often provides daily purpose and affection. For digital literacy, dedicate 1 hour each week to practicing one new digital skill with a family member, friend, or tutorial video. Write instructions on paper for later. Over time, those notes become your personal manual. Fear of technology fades with small, repeated exposure. For financial resilience, set aside one morning each month as a money checkup. Review bills, bank statements, and subscriptions. Use a notebook to track expenses in simple categories. Patterns quickly appear, showing where savings can happen without sacrifice. Also, create a trusted contact system. Choose someone reliable you can call before making big financial decisions. For brain training, challenge your mind in enjoyable ways. Try learning a song on a musical instrument, download a brain puzzle app, or join a book club. Even changing routines, like brushing teeth with your non-dominant hand, stimulates new neural pathways. Curiosity is the exercise of the mind. For stress and sleep, build a wind-down ritual at night. Dim lights, turn off news, sip herbal tea, and stretch gently. Aim to go to bed and wake up at consistent times. If worries keep you awake, write them in a journal before bed. That small act often releases the mind from its loop of overthinking. For purpose, ask yourself, what gives me energy? Write down 3 small projects you have postponed. Choose one and commit just 15 minutes a day. Whether it is painting, mentoring, or gardening, consistency turns it into a new source of meaning. The bigger picture, aging is growth. Here is the truth nobody teaches. Aging is not simply about decline. It is about adaptation. It is about shifting from speed to wisdom, from quantity to quality, from proving yourself to enjoying yourself. Each skill is less about resisting age and more about embracing it with mastery. Physical strength means freedom, not vanity. Nutrition means energy, not restriction. Emotional resilience means connection, not dependence. Digital literacy means access, not confusion. Financial skills mean dignity, not fear. Brain training means curiosity, not pressure. Stress management means peace, not escape. Purpose means joy, not obligation. Closing message, a new chapter. We cannot choose whether we age, but we can choose how. By learning the skills no school ever taught us, we transform later years into a stage of strength, clarity, and freedom. Imagine yourself at 75, still able to walk confidently, still learning, still laughing with friends, still exploring new projects. That future is built not by luck, but by skills. Skills you can begin developing today. So remember, aging is not the end of learning. It is the greatest class of all. And the exam is life itself, stories that prove the power of skills. Let me share a few true-to-life examples that show these skills in action. Take Margaret, a 72-year-old retired teacher. She never lifted weights before in her life. But when her doctor warned her about bone loss, she began using 2-pound dumbbells at home while listening to the radio. After just 6 months, she not only improved her balance, but surprised herself by carrying heavy grocery bags without help. Margaret's story shows that it is never too late to build physical resilience. Or consider Daniel, 68, who used to avoid computers altogether. He finally asked his granddaughter to teach him how to use video calling. Within weeks, he was attending virtual church meetings, consulting his doctor online, and paying bills with confidence. His family noticed a dramatic shift in his mood. He felt connected again. And then there is Aisha, 75, who lost her husband and fell into loneliness. Instead of retreating, she joined a local community garden. Working with soil, sharing vegetables, and talking with new friends gave her a renewed sense of purpose. She describes it as finding a second life. Each of these stories illustrates that the essential skills of aging are not abstract theories. They are practical, human, and deeply transformative. Why we were never taught these skills. It may seem strange. Why are such critical life abilities rarely part of education? The truth is, for centuries, the average life expectancy was far shorter. Societies focused on preparing people for work and family, not for decades of life after retirement. But now we live longer than ever. Medical advances have given us time. What we lack is guidance on how to use it well. That is why teaching ourselves these skills is no longer optional. It is necessary. Reframing aging as mastery. Think of aging like a craft. Just as a musician trains fingers to play piano with grace, Seniors can train their bodies, minds, and hearts to live with strength and dignity. Each new decade brings challenges, but also new abilities, patience, perspective, wisdom. These qualities combine with the essential skills we have discussed to form a toolkit for longevity. We should not fear wrinkles, slower walking, or gray hair. These are not failures, but symbols of experience. What matters is whether behind those signs we still carry vitality, clarity, and joy. That comes not from luck, but from practice. A vision for the future. You close your eyes and imagine your future self. Picture waking at 80 with energy to take a morning walk, cooking a meal rich in colors and flavors, laughing with neighbors or grandchildren, opening a tablet to learn something new. Imagine not dreading medical bills because your finances are steady. Imagine reading a novel at night and remembering every detail the next day. Imagine feeling proud that your life is still full of purpose. This is not a fantasy. It is the logical result of small skills repeated daily. Your choices now build your tomorrow. Final words, the skills that matter most. So let us return to the question, what are the essential skills for aging, the ones no one taught us? The skill of protecting physical strength. The skill of eating for energy and longevity. The skill of staying emotionally resilient and socially connected. The skill of navigating digital life with confidence. The skill of financial resilience and protecting dignity. The skill of training the brain with curiosity. The skill of managing stress and prioritizing sleep. The skill of building purpose long after careers end. These are the hidden subjects of life, the curriculum of aging well. They are the difference between years lived and years enjoyed. Aging is not about avoiding the passage of time. It is about mastering it. And mastery begins with learning, even now, even today. So let this message stay with you. Your future self is waiting, and every skill you practice is a gift you are sending forward in time. Do not wait for someone else to teach you. Become your own teacher of aging well. Because the best years are not behind you, they are the ones you build with wisdom, courage, and essential skills.